All right, how to fill out your website onboarding questionnaire. Now, a lot of people get confused through this process because there is a lot of information that we need from you. However, once we get this information, it's going to make the process very smooth. So I'm going to go through this process with you. I'm going to have some sample data here that I'm going to fill out so I can show you exactly how to fill this out. So if there's any parts of the form that you don't understand, I'm going to go over everything. So this just basically talks about what to expect on the form. We've broken it down into multiple parts to make it easy to understand. So let's get started right away. So first, is this a website or an app? So obviously we're going through the web onboarding, so we're going to select website here. Your company name. So your company name is your company name. You just put it here because this is how we're going to track it inside of the project. So let me grab my sample data here and just put Acme Healthcare Solutions. What are your primary goals and objectives? If it's all of these, you can check all of these, but let's just check a few of them so we can go. If you have a current website, that's fine. You can put your current website here. So for example, let's say this was the current website. And if you have any example websites that you like for us to use as examples, you would put those here in the next step. Here, brand guidelines. You do not have to have these, but if you do have brand guidelines, they are helpful. Let us know maybe your color scheme or how you want to have your logo displayed. These things are helpful. Here, we want to upload a logo. So we have a pre-made logo, Acme PNG. That's just for us to use on your site. So when we're doing your design, the brand tone and style. So what is your brand tone? Is it professional, compassionate? Is it playful? Is it fun? Is it humorous? All these things are necessary when we send the design brief off to our team because they're going to need to know exactly what style of website that you're looking for. The next, do you have finalized copy text for each page? So all copy means is the text that goes on each page. So if you have that already, then you can provide that for us or we can help you with that. So if you need help with that, you would check no, I need help with it. If you have all that, all the information, all the verbiage on your site, then check yes here. If you need a little bit of help, check partially. Will you be providing logos, images, videos, or should we source them for you? So logo, obviously, that's something you probably provide. If you need help with logos, we can help you with that as well. However, but most people do provide us the actual assets that we're going to use on the site. So this is pictures, but if not, we can source stock images because we have a library of stock images that we can source for your website. So just let us know, or maybe you want to do a mix of both. Depending on what your answers are, you would check yes or no here, or a mix of both. So let's just say they have it all and they want us to source the copy. Product description. So here, take your time and give us full product descriptions of everything that you do. This is going to become very important when it comes to getting everything together. Next, do you have a blog or want one? So if you have a blog, we can transfer all that stuff to the new site. But if you don't have one, we also can make sure that they're created inside the design, so you will have one. Not necessary for every website, but that is an option. So you would check yes or no here. Let's put yes and yes right here. Next, core values. What are your core values? What does your company stand for? This helps us get an idea of the look and feel of your site as well, because if you're a more playful brand, that's going to determine the type of colors we might use or something like that. Now, right below that, we do have your colors that you can input if you have your own color palette. A little trick that I'll tell you, if you don't have a color palette, you can go to color.adobe.com. And if you go over here to explore, you can put colors. Let's say you want to do a red color scheme. It's going to pull up all these different color schemes and these color palettes that you could use for your website. And then you can put those here. If you already have your colors, this is just something extra. You do not have to go here and get one of these color palettes, but just know that you could if you wanted to. And I like to give people that little tip because sometimes they're a little bit confused at this part of what to do. This is one way to do it if you don't have your colors down, because you might know the main color you want, maybe like red or a blue or a green. So you know the main colors. Now for our example here, I've already prepared some colors. So all you would do is get the hex value. So the hex value is this number right here, this number right here. And you can look up hex values for any color. You can just go on Google and look up hex values, but this site actually provides them. So I'm going to put the hex values for the different primary, secondary accent colors for the site. And this will help guide the design as well. A lot of times what I would recommend is just having maybe one color and one accent color, or not using too many colors, because like I say, a lot of times having too many colors just makes the site look weird. But at the end of the day, if it's something that you like, it's something you like, so we will build it. Next, brand visuals, headings, and body font. If you don't know this, that's fine. We can select some fonts for you, but you can go look up font pairings online. And these font pairings can help you understand how you want the aesthetic of your site to look. You can go to Google and look up font pairings, and they'll show you like different fonts together so you can see what really suits your brand. If not, we can select some font pairings for you. It's no big deal, but that is there. So if you don't have this or you don't know what to put here, just push next steps. You don't have to put anything here. How many pages do you want on the site? So this is where you would list the different pages that you want on your site. So right here, for example, this is home, about us, services, our team, patient resources, contact, and blog. These are the pages you want. And then we're going to generate the pages that we'll design for you in the initial design phase. Next, do you require any of the following features? If you're building with our platform, you can check all of these because this is provided with the app. So even if you're not using all this stuff, if you want to expand to this stuff later, we provide all this stuff with our software. Any integrations that you need, if there's any extra integrations, you could tell us about it here. Anything that you want to make sure that is added to the website, let us know here. If it's nothing, you can skip this. Do you want CMS access? Once again, if you are using our platform, I would recommend that you put yes here. If we're using something else to build it, this just means that you want something that will allow you to manage it yourself. So if you planned on having us manage it with CentiCare and that's all you care about, then you could put no here. But 99% of people usually put yes because they want to manage their site or have a way to manage it. If you're using our platform, this is already built in, so you can just put yes right here. Do you have a domain for this project? So this would be your domain, www.yourcompany.com. And you could just put that domain right here. Who you register with. So this is like GoDaddy, Bluehost, Namecheap, those type of places. Where is that registered? We need to know that because we'll end up having to hook up the website from there. So this is different from maybe if you had a website hosted. This is just your domain name, just that domain address. Do you have Google Analytics? So Google Analytics tracks activity on your websites, which pages people go to, and it helps you when you're trying to maybe sell products and services, understanding how your clients go through your website, what pages they click on, and if they fill out forms or not. If you have one of these, you can give us access to it and we'll make sure to integrate it into the site. But also we can create this for you and then give you admin access to it later. So if you don't know what this is, we can add this for you. This will be very helpful down the road, but you can safely put no here. We'll take care of that for you. Any target keywords. So any target keywords that you want to target, please put them here. You can put like maybe 4 or 5 target keywords. You don't want to put too many because you're only going to really be able to rank for a couple. So you want to focus on those, but put those right here. Should we implement basic SEO? I would recommend putting yes here. And do you need help writing copy that's SEO optimized? So remember the other step I told you that the verbiage that's on the page, if that's already SEO optimized, I would just put no here. If you want us to help you with that, I would put yes here. Domain hosting. So this is asking how will the access to that register be provided? So remember I was talking about GoDaddy. So in this one, you could put this will be available upon request. So when we get into your project and we start onboarding, we get ready to hook your site up to your domain. You can give us the credentials then. We just need to know how we're going to do it so we'll know. Some platforms allow you to add somebody from our team as a brand manager on the actual site. So that way you just take the email that we send you and then you give them access and they can do all this for you. It just depends on what your provider does. Different providers do different things. Hosting provider. So if you're using our software, once again, this is us. So you could just put hosting with you. We do the hosting. If it's something like Bluehost, if it's something like, what's another one? SiteGround or something like that, then you would put that here so we would know. And this is only typically when you're not getting a platform website, so or a custom website or something like that. That's when you would put something different right there. Any current CMS website backends. So this is important if we need to transfer anything. So if you're on Bluehost, if you're on WordPress or something like that, just let us know. Wix, Shopify, anything like that. And if we're building you into one of those platforms, this is you don't really have to put anything here. Or if this is your first site, you don't have anything, you can skip this. Google Tag Manager. Once again, if you don't know what this is, Google Analytics, that's fine. If you do know, then you can give us the access to it and we'll make sure to embed it into your site. Email services. So do you have any email services? Once again, with our platform, we do provide email services. But if you do have G Suite or MailChimp, let us know, because that domain email, like your name at yourdomainemail.com, we can make sure to use that inside the software to send out your emails, so it keeps it very consistent and keeps your brand very professional. So keep that in mind when you get to this step. If you do have a email, let us know. So here's an example: analytics at acmehealthcare.com. That type of email, if you have something like that, let us know. Are you a government entity? This is important. If you are a government entity, the way we go about getting you a phone number inside of our application matters. So we need to have A2P verification in order to get you a phone number inside our platform. So if you are a government entity, you do not have to worry about that. There is another process that we go through. If you are not a government entity, and this just means local government, anything like that, you're a city, you're a town, there's another way that we go about this process. But if you're a business, a for-profit or nonprofit corporation, then you're going to put no here. And then you go to the next step. Now, H2P verification, it talks about this here. This is basically so you can get a local phone number. So a local phone number, if you want to have a 281-713-936, or whatever the area codes are in your city. If you want to have one of those, you have to go through A2P. Sometimes you can get a 1-800 number without doing it, but we need it in order for us to get you a number. Now, here's one thing to remember: because we take sensitive information like EIN numbers, we delete this information after 7 days from our servers. So we're going to get it, we're going to send you through the verification, and then it's deleted off our servers, so we do not have it in the future. And we do this as a security measure to make sure that we're never leaking anybody's sensitive data. So I want you to know that as far as going through this process. Now, your legal business name. This is the name as it appears on your EIN paperwork. This is very important that you remember this. It's exactly as it appears on your EIN paperwork, because if it's not, sometimes they will reject the business because it's not the same. What type of company is it? It's a limited liability. Your EIN number, you would put your EIN number here. What type are you registering? So in America, EIN number, business industry, you can put your business industry. This example is healthcare. Let's go to the next step. Business email. This is pretty straightforward, just the business email that you're contacted at. You would put your address exactly as it appears on that EIN paperwork. Now, the reason I say this is because a lot of times people may have changed address, but when they look up the actual registration, whatever's on that paperwork is what you use. So if you moved just 2 months ago, use that still, because they're not sending mail to it. This is just for verification. So keep that in mind as you go through this process. Enter the address exactly as it appears on your EIN paperwork. So let's fill out the rest of this. Good. Once again, this is something that you could fill out again if you hadn't already filled it out, but also it's just to make the form complete, because the A2P verification is separate from the other stuff that we do for your site. Where are you operating from? So USA. And who's the authorized representative? So this may be different from the person who fills out the form, who has to make decisions. So you would put that person right here as far as the authorized representative. And this is the person who handles if they have to call you about any discrepancies with the number. And a lot of times there won't be, but this is what you would put right there. After that, you're going to get to this screen and it's going to say you're done. You can go back and review if you want, but if you're done, you're going to submit the request. And then what's going to happen is it's going to take you to a screen, if you have not already signed up for Cine Express, to sign up. And I urge you sign up for Cine Express, because that's going to allow you to track the entire process from start to finish and make sure we get you the best results in the quickest time. With that being said, thank you for watching this short onboarding video, or maybe it wasn't that short, and walking through the process with me. We can't wait to work with you here at the Centiverse, and I'll see you in the next one.